I went from broke college student, barely surviving, studying for 6 years, getting 2 degrees, not using any of them, thinking all of that was a waste, to starting my travel content career with my own travel show in one of India's leading travel companies, getting invited by tourism boards, working with tourism boards, getting sponsored trips to exotic destinations, getting paid to make videos on social media. All because I learned the skill of content creation, leveraging my social media for travel and stays, and actually going after what I want. And in this video, I'll show you how. I'll teach you how to start a career in travel content creation, developing skills to monetize your channels to travel more, how to travel more or for free without being a content creator, and just the mindset and values that I learned along the way that you can apply to any career. Basically, to get whatever you want, just like I did with my travel content creation. I'm Nene and welcome. Let's talk about travel. Back in the days, the only possible careers if you love travel was being a travel host, a travel guide, a travel agent, working in cabin crew or the hospitality industry. Up to now, the way people are traveling has drastically changed. Ask your parents about it. Having a career on social media in travel means that you could be a travel filmmaker, a travel guide, a marketer for properties, a promoter for tourism board, building a community to take people out on trips, so many more. It's like being a mix of a marketer, a model, a social media manager, entrepreneur and promoter all in one. How to start a career in travel content creation. Also, don't mind the noise, it's Diwali time and I'm at home and there's a lot of thank you. How to start a career in travel content creation. The best step is shadowing someone. You do that in 2 ways, directly or indirectly. One is when you intern or work with a travel channel or a travel content creator, which is direct. Second is where you volunteer with hostels or work with travel properties to help create travel content for them on their social media, which is indirectly. As for me, I started my travel career with Curly Tales, where I got my own travel show, where I made informative videos on telling people how to travel India solo. I literally got paid to travel every 2 weeks. It was awesome. I learned the ins and outs of content. I worked with tourism boards, I worked with multiple brands. I got so much insight on the travel content industry and just how content works. You can get the same if you are working with a travel influencer. What this will show you is A, how content is made, B, how brands pay and how much brands pay for travel content, and C, how to use your content as assets to get things in the business. You know why I suggest shadowing? Because the first year of doing anything is always learning and making mistakes. The best, most inexpensive way to learn is to learn from other people's mistakes. You get to do this at the expense of another company who is actually guiding you. It's practically like a school with mutual benefit and risks on both sides. Now, how do you get these jobs? Check LinkedIn, check Instagram. In my opinion, the best way to do it is meeting someone person to person or knowing someone who works in that company or used to work in that company. That will unlock so many doors for you and also give you a head start to all the zillion CVs and resumes that they get. Like for me, I got my first job in the travel industry on a trip. I literally just met someone, I bumped into them, we had a conversation, they told me that they used to work at the company that I wanted to apply, and she just gave me a recommendation. Just plain old traveling. But let's say you're not able to get any job or internship with anything in the travel world. What do you do then? You start creating content on your own. That is the second point. Learn social media. This means you have to become a content producer and not a consumer. Unlike the television days where you needed a really sophisticated gear, complex editing software, distributors and channel partners, today literally all you need is your phone and internet. But the downside is because everybody can do it, it's made it much harder to actually crack through. This means you have to establish yourself, get the algorithm to like you, people to follow you when there are already so many options. I'm gonna be real with you, it's not like how they show in the movies where you literally just post something random and you get like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 followers overnight. And even if that happens, that's very short-lived because you don't know how to brand yourself, you don't know how to sustain. It's a lot of posting without seeing any results. But the good news is, if I can make it and so many other people can make it, as can you. What I need you to do is just start posting consistently without looking at results. That's how I started, that's how everybody starts. Not because you will go viral, but because you will start studying. Everybody says spending hours on Instagram, doom scrolling is bad. It's not bad for us. That is study time for us. It's like your homework. We don't have books, we have reels to study. There are so many social media options. There's LinkedIn, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's Snapchat. I want you to pick one social media and start posting consistently. As a travel content creator, the two most obvious choices are Instagram or YouTube. I know some creators who've started on Instagram and made it big and then expand to YouTube. I know some people who've started on YouTube, established themselves, and expand on Instagram. You can do it both ways. Instagram is easier to build on, but it's harder to break through. YouTube is harder production value, longer hours into making that content, but you get paid more and the loyalty that you get with your audience is much stronger. It took me a year and a half to build a sizable Instagram audience that I could actually monetize off. These are the skills that you should be learning when you just start. The entire video production process, which is scripting, shooting, editing, and posting, and the analytics, which is the backend of what makes a video work, like shares, saves, SEO, following the right people, communicating with your audience. Also study about niches and social media trends, which are basically formats that go viral every 2-3 weeks. How to know what your niche is. Now, when I started, I thought it was very easy. It's clearly travel, but even under travel, there's so much. There is budget travel, luxury travel, informational travel, cinematic travel. 2 years in the industry of doing my own social media, you could use this formula. What your niche is basically what you're good at, plus what you can offer differently. Let's say what you're good at is fashion. There are so many fashion content creators. What you can offer differently could be modest fashion, or fashion fits according to your body type, fashion outfits for college wear. What you can offer differently is what sets you apart. Basically, what you can offer differently depends on your personal lived experience, what culture you're from, what stage in life you're going through, your own personality. I realized that I was good at giving travel advice, solo travel, discovering what places to stay at, and sharing unique experiences. And that works for me. Some people do travel documentaries that work for them. Some people do adventure sports that works for them. It's gonna take time. It's not gonna be given to you on a silver platter, which is why you have to spend a whole year experimenting with what your unique voice is. Number 2, how to travel more and how to use your channel to do it. If you don't already know the power of Instagram or social media, then you are sleeping on it. And I'm not just saying money wise, but in value. You get free travel, you get access to really cool events, really cool people, and it just unlocks so many doors and gets you into so many rooms that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. Okay, here's what it is. The basic principle for leveraging your social media: you get paid with money or in kind in exchange for creating content or giving exposure on your social media. There are many types to do it too, where you can create content on your page, or you can create content on the brand's page, which is UGC, creating ad content. How do you do it? Over 1,000 followers is a very good start. This is what you call a micro creator. Between 5,000 to 10,000 followers is when you see opportunities unlocked. 20 to 25,000 is where you start seeing paid deals. 30 to 50,000 is where you can make good money, almost equal to your day job. And of course, 100K to 1 million is where you can officially make money from your content. Again, these are generic and they are not dependent on a lot of other factors that affect this, like engagement rate, community you're building, how tight knit it is. Brands these days always don't go for a follower count because that is outdated. I'll give you an example. I got free stay and commute for all these beautiful properties at less than 10,000 followers. I think I was at 6,000. All I did was DM them. You can use my template. I'm attaching it right here. All I did after that was call them, exchange deliverables, and there I was on my sponsored trip. It was the first trip I got to take my mother on, which was fully sponsored, and yeah, it was really meaningful to me because I could do that, and it's like a lifelong memory now. How do you get started and whom do you DM? You DM anybody who has the capability or capacity of offering that service to you. Instagram DMs always work for me. That's how I get in touch with most property. LinkedIn is another. This is usually the route I take when I want to work with properties or get sponsored trips. Now, how do you pitch? For this, I want you to start seeing your content as assets. Stories, reels, carousels, links in stories, links in bio, even pictures that you don't use or upload. It's all marketing asset. Your distribution is like real estate, digital real estate, that this brand pays you or hires you to get visibility. Once you have that mindset, you're going to start treating this much more professionally. How to communicate? The body of your email reach out should be introducing yourself, what is it that you do, why you want to collaborate with them, and how it's mutually beneficial. Clearly state what is it that you want, which is, for example, 3-night stay, food, commute, and what is it that you can offer in return, which could be a certain number of social media reels, stories every day. One common negotiation tactic that everybody uses is going in with 50%. Start with a higher end and offer a base range. So for example, if I want to stay for 3 nights at XYZ property with food and commute inclusive, I would pitch 1 reel and 2 stories a day in return. And you can increase or decrease your deliverables as and when the negotiation reaches higher stages. The reason I do this is if I pitch all of my deliverables that may negatively impact what I can get in return, you will have to reach out to at least 20 properties to get 1 or 2 responses. You can make your content around the property, which is what I do. You can share your personal experience with your property. You can make it cinematic. You can make it vlog style. The possibilities are endless. Some things I've learned here is it's okay to compromise in the start. You need to have something to fall back on. Like for instance, I had 1 year worth of money saved when I quit my job to start traveling full time. Being completely transparent, I don't come from a condition where I need to provide for my family yet or have too many bills to pay, so it was a very calculated risk. That being said, I do know a lot of creators who have started from imperfect conditions and still made it to the top. What I mean to say is that there's no perfect way to start. You can always maneuver and do it your own way. You could quit your job with enough savings, or if you have enough to fall back on, you could jump right into it, or you could continue working till you actually monetize your channels. Never promote things that you don't believe in or resonate with, because that does hamper audience engagement. It's not visible the first few times, but it's going to be visible and it will affect your reputation in some time. Once you've reached a certain following, do not budge on how much you charge. Collaborations are also really important. That is something I've noticed now, and I'm not saying with brands but with creators. Okay, let's say you don't want to be a content creator and you just want to travel, or you are building your distribution channel but it's not there yet and you still want to learn how to travel for free. Here's how you do it. Through volunteerships. There are multiple sites like Worldpackers, Workaway, multiple babysitting sites or house sitting sites that you could apply to a certain location and get free stays and free food for duration ranging from 2 weeks to 3 to 4 months. Of course, travel and visa needs to be taken care from your end. You can do work like help in a farm, help babysit their animals, or help run an Airbnb tucked away somewhere. It's great for long stays and if you have a lot of time in your hand. So all of these come with a slight subscription fee, sort of like Netflix, where you subscribe to it and you get access to all of these opportunities. Second is where you apply to work or volunteer at hostels. This is where you could do basic hostel work like admin work or looking after the community. Hostelers, Zostel, GoStop, a lot of these hostels are constantly looking out for people to do this. I see this a lot while traveling abroad too, where you can just come volunteer in a hostel and you get free stay, free food, of course, in exchange for your work. And lastly is getting remote jobs, which is exactly how I started to travel, since it's not easy to fully sustain on content payment and you need consistent income. And lastly, other skills that I learned along the way. Think of it as a letter that I would give to my younger self in no particular order, just off the top of my head. Number one, and the best thing that I learned, was being unapologetic when I want things. I learned this when I got so many brand deals and collabs with a following less than 10,000. In other words, rejection therapy. You will never know if you self-censor. Apply for the job that you're underqualified for. DM people that you think are out of your league. I still do it and I've gotten so many opportunities. Number two is the ability to start from scratch at any time. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have failed. In fact, the first whole year of my content creation journey was me just failing. But I still pushed through and I wasn't afraid to start from scratch every time that I was pushed down. It's like a video game essentially. You're not failing, you're just leveling up and the difficulty level is increasing. You're getting stronger and there are more obstacles, which means you're going to the next level. Next is being comfortable with discomfort. Failure is uncomfortable. When I started shooting in front of people, I was so uncomfortable. It means putting yourself out there for people to judge, for getting exposure. This is a big one, especially for your 20s. Next is learning sales. You will need sales as a skill, not to just monetize your channel, but to sell yourself. I know this because I learned sales at a proper job in one of my many jobs that I took up. And honestly, everything it taught me about communication, persuasive talk, confidence, and just the ability to sell makes such a difference. Next is acting like you are already there. This is manifestation 101. You have to pretend physically like you're already there without your external reality changing. This is what people mean when they say you don't have to wait to be happy, you don't have to wait to get that job to be happy. You have to act like you're already there and then you will attract it. And then your external reality will catch up to it. Shout out to Joe Dispenza for teaching me that. Like, I don't wake up as Nene with 50,000 followers. I wake up as Nene with 10 million followers. People love watching my channel. People love watching me, listening to me. Next, action builds momentum. If there was a prize for overthinking, I'm sure I would win it, because I used to get lost and spend so much time in just planning and thinking how I'll do this and how I'll do that, and oh, once I'm there I'll go this and I'll do that. It doesn't work. I realized I spend so much time overthinking and planning and lesser time in actually doing. I thought thinking and planning and going through things 100 times will give me more clarity, but action has always given me more clarity. In fact, Inaction made me feel more anxious than doing something and seeing results. And that's all. I hope this video helped you out. Remember, the best time to create content is right now. Not even just as a content creator, but just for personal branding. Don't let the fear of other people seeing you or your own judgment stop you from creating content. If any of this resonated with you, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on social media. Tag me, follow me. I do make a lot of this content bite-sized on my Instagram. You'll find these socials. Sorry, my camera died down and I couldn't record the rest and I had to leave and travel. I'm in Muscat right now. You'll see a vlog on this very soon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. It truly means so much to me. Please subscribe to my channel. It honestly goes a long way in supporting me and my work. I will see you in your next big travel adventure. Bye!